Right guys, back with another video on the Eonon VWA12S. Few issues that I have come across that have been resolved on my unit, and a few people have also messaged me saying, Dave, this isn't working. Why is it not working? Wireless Android Auto. Now, I've been in contact with Eonon. Obviously, I discovered this problem last night. Installed the head unit yesterday. Issues showed up straight away as soon as I tried to connect wirelessly. Fine, no issues. But connects wired, no issues. Wirelessly, it won't connect. And I contacted Eonon last night, and they have sent me a file this morning that I've downloaded onto memory stick, and basically it's a system update for the head unit, so it is now working. Let me just spin you around. Obviously my phone is in my hand, this wire is my charger plugged into this fast charger here, no cables. This is under here was what I was using, but it's now connected wirelessly. So like I say, it's a system update. Eonon have, I'm going to turn this ignition off a minute. What's some units have been sent out without being updated, which isn't very good, and I've told them that it's not very good, but they have apologized, and yes, some units went out without this full update, or the most recent update being done. Now, I will leave a link in the description below for this file. I will also put a link to their YouTube on how to download the file. You have to, honestly, you need to go onto a computer, import the file, whatever. I don't understand computers and stuff like that. Onto the memory stick. So it's a 1.3 gig size file, so you need a reasonable sized memory stick, 2 gig or more. Once you've got it on the memory stick, you come to your car, plug into one of the USBs, and then it will pop up on the screen. It's shown in their video what you have to do, and then you install it. Obviously it wipes everything back to factory settings, so you've got to go through like you did when you first set it up, reinstalling apps, etc, etc. But oh yeah, and then I've also had to roll back the version of Android Auto on my phone, which I will link in the video description as well, to which version I'm using. I did do a video a little while back, and it seems to be the same issue. The Android Auto is doing loads of updates at the minute, and some are not stable, some are. And the version that I'm running, which was released back in March, I think, is that they're releasing 4 or 5 a week at the minute. But there's nothing wrong with this old version. It works with these head units, with Eonon head units, and no issues. So I've stopped and started the car a few times, and it is connecting wirelessly every time. So yeah, so that's a link in the description for the file, a link in the description for their video on what you actually have to do, because it's pointless me trying to explain it. Really, you need to see it and watch it. Took about 15 minutes to download the file and transfer it onto memory stick, and then once it was in the car, what did it take? 8 or 9 minutes, I think, to do. So it's not a massive amount of time, but if you're going to do it, make sure your engine's running, because you don't want your battery going flat in the car. Right, next issue. Won't be an issue for some, it's an issue for me. DAB radio. On the Q53 Pro, I'm going to put my hands hurting and put you up here. On the Q53 Pro, I was running DAB+. And again, I've done videos on this, it's in my back catalogue. I love the layout of DAB+ over DABZ. But I tried to install DAB+ yesterday onto the head unit. It won't go. it's not built for Android 12. Which is it's an interesting one actually, because if you've got an Android head unit and it was sold to you as Android 12 and you're running DAB plus, then you are not running Android 12 software, because it doesn't work on Android 12. Yes, people, I've said about this before in videos, what is the head unit actually running? So if you were sold a unit that was Android 12 and it's running DAB plus, it's not running Android 12. It's running Android 11 or Android 10 or Android 9. So I am having to use, sorry, one moment. I'm having to use DABZ. Don't like the layout, but that's all I'm stuck with. Hopefully at some point somebody will rearrange DAB plus, which isn't available on the Play Store. It has to be downloaded as an APK file. So that's one little gripe. What's next? Next little gripe. So we've got the Android Auto sorted wirelessly. DAB. Volume when reversing cuts out. So let's just turn the radio, let's just turn the unit on. So yeah, that's the layout of DABZ, and I'm just not a fan of the layout. It was better before, they were all across the bottom and stuff like that. Anyway, I have also put the anti-reflective screen on here so you can see a bit better when I'm recording. What was I saying? Reversing. So settings, right, I've got to try and remember where it was now. Car, factory. This might be wrong, I've got so much going on in my head at the minute trying to remember different things. 126, done. Okay, was it on here? Was it canvas? Canvas? No, it wasn't on there. It was under extra settings. Dun 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 dun. Parking radar, parking ruler, display. Oh, where was it? I'll be back with you in a moment when I've found it. So you go into the settings, car, down to extra settings, and then you've got this here, and then you've got reverse volume. Now it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It will come as off, and then you've got 1 to 10, but 1 to 10 don't actually seem to be doing anything, so it's not quieter. You can't have it sort of drop halfway down. So just go to on, and then that will display, that will keep the sound on when you're reversing, or if you've got your front camera installed as well. While we're talking about front camera, where are we? F cam. So there's my front camera working. So when I go, let's go out of that. When I go into reverse, it shows my reverse view. Come back out, it shows my front view for 4 seconds. I've got it set to. Again, I don't think that wasn't set up from factory, so I'm gonna have to try and find the settings for this as well. Settings. Where are car, factory, 126, done. Okay, canvas. Which one? Oh, again, I can't find where it was, but I had to switch it on. Others. Front camera. Here. Yeah. I had to turn it on. So turn it on, apply, exit. It will reboot and comes on. And I've got my front camera. Is for 5 seconds. What else? What else is there? Anything else at the moment that I've had issues with? I think I've sorted the biggest issue, which was Android Auto. Obviously on the front here, you can move these around. So if I want, I'll get rid of navigation, keep going across, and in place of navigation we will have Android Auto. So we'll move that across there. Instead of radio, we will have DAB. So we'll move that to there. So that's how you move your settings. Change your wallpaper as well. If you tap and hold that, go to wallpaper. So it's just the background. You can obviously, you can download your own images or whatever. Which one should we go for? Let's go for that one. Set wallpaper. That's a bit better rather than just black. With regards to talks, on the Q53 Pro, I'm going to turn my ignition off because I don't want my battery going flat. Sorry about this. On the Q53 Pro, you had to go into an extra Bluetooth setting to connect your OBD port up. On this one, you don't. You plug in your OBD and it connects automatically to the head unit, or mine has connected automatically to the head unit. What are the issues? I don't think I've got any other issues at the moment. Obviously, we're 24 hours in. Everything's running smoothly now. Android Auto Wireless is sorted. So, yeah, I'm happy so far. Any niggles have been dealt with. Eon very quickly have dealt with them. Obviously passed information on to me so that I could pass it on to you guys. So I'll put links in the description for the update and the video on how to do it. What else did I say? I put in the link in the description. I'll link for the older version of Android Auto. Okay, right. I'll hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.